The big three WNBA headlines for this week. First, the first WNBA game aired in primetime on network TV happened on Saturday night, featuring the Chicago Sky versus the Indiana Fever. Number two, the Chicago Sky versus the NBA Fever is not a rivalry. Seems some people are out there trying to talk about this. I looked up the stats. It's not a rivalry, folks. We're going to discuss it here in just a second. Number three, the Commissioner's Cup standings after 1 week of this happening. Stay tuned. Number one, the Chicago Sky versus the Indiana Fever had a CBS primetime game on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Prime time. The first time ever the WNBA had a game this high profile. It all has to do with two people, and you know who they are, Angel and Caitlin. That's why this game was on CBS at 8 p.m. on Saturday night. Now, let's get to all the naysayers. All the naysayers said the ticket sales would be abysmal. They were plummeting in price, and nobody was going to the game due to Caitlin not playing because she's hurt. Happens all the time, folks. Your player is not playing because they're hurt. You still go to the game, don't you? Yes, you do. So the game was at the United Center in Chicago. Some people say Chicago. Capacity of the United Center is 20,917. The attendance for the game between Chicago and Indiana was, guess, 19,496 people attended that game. That's approximately 1,500 people shy of a sellout. That is a large crowd. I'll guarantee your average NBA game during the regular season doesn't come close to that. Selling out to that one. So remember, suck on that one, bud. All right, next, number two. Chicago and Indiana are not a rivalry. The definition, in my opinion, of a rivalry are two teams that can beat each other. Okay? The Sky cannot beat the Fever, with or without Caitlin. And I want to go back to 2006. Since 2006, the Fever are 92-34 versus the Chicago Sky. Okay? 92-34. That's a 63% win percentage. That's not the true definition of a rivalry. But just remember this. Whether it's real rivalry or just hype, promote it because it works. They sold out, for all intents and purposes, sold out the United Center, where the Chicago Bulls play their home games. Promote the rivalry because it works. Hey, if it puts the WNBA on primetime TV, then good. Now, number three, Commissioner's Cup. The Western Conference standings for the Commissioner's Cups are Minnesota's 3-0. There's the second team below them. I don't know who they are. Forgot to look that up. They're not close to 3-0. All right, the Eastern Conference. New York and Indiana are both 2-0 after the first week. So next week we'll give you another update. This runs until, I believe, the first week of July. Not a big understanding proponent necessarily of the Commissioner's Cup, but hey, it's what they like doing because it brings money. Remember, it's sponsored by Coinbase. I was thinking it was Bitcoin, but it's actually Coinbase. Coinbase is a clearinghouse. You could say you want to invest in cryptocurrency, you go to Coinbase because they're putting up $5,000 of cryptocurrency, Bitcoin to be specific, for the winner of the Commissioner's Cup. So it's a great deal. Or is it $5,000? Or is it $150,000? I guess I should look that up. I'll put that in the description. I'll have something pop up exactly what it was. I do know that the WNBA, the winner of the Commissioner's Cup, receives $500,000 to be split among the team. So actually, it's $150,000 that Coinbase is putting up. $150,000 in Bitcoin. So now, moving on to the pinheads of the week. I didn't do it last week because I felt, should I talk about the pinheads of the week? And I figured, you know what? Everybody's being negative. So I'm going to be negative to the pinheads of the week. And they're mostly YouTubers hanging on Angel Reese. It's just a constant thing with these people. I don't know why. Well, actually, I do why. I'm going to explain why. Because I've been around broadcasting for 2 days at least. Now, I'm not going to give their names because this is to avoid the press that they were received from this super high profile station called Sports Economy 101. Because, I've got so many viewers out there, and as soon as I mention their names, they're going to go to their sites and give them more clicks, and I'm not going to give them that. So anyway, so this is why they drag people down. They love dragging Angel Reese down. I don't know, because it brings clicks and views, and that's why they do it. How do I know? Because I've worked in broadcasting, and I know what lights up the phone lines, baby, and it's negativity. So people into dragging each other down, they love it, because this is, if you look at most talk shows, that's all it is about dragging people down, never lifting somebody up or giving anybody the benefit of the doubt. So if you need to reach the top of the click mountain, start ripping somebody, and the views and the clicks will happen. That is the all-American way. Drag them down. Actually, it's the entire world's way. Drag them down. So remember, subscribe to the Sports Economy 101 channel, because we need to go $1 zillion to sponsor the Commissioner's Cup next year, because we're going to take Coinbase's level and we're going to raise it $500,000, because we are your WNBA station. So long, everybody.
So long, everybody.
Y'all come back now. Here